All right, now let's hop in the 2022 Toyota Tundra. This guy, it's got the new 3.5 liter V6, made it a 10-speed transmission. This is a new powertrain for Toyota, and I'm really curious how this works towing with the camper. So let's hook it up and let's get going. I have a cap for that as well. I'm doing 87 octane per the manual, and it's mostly full. I filled it up the other day, so it should be pretty full, but just want to top it off and reset the odometer to make sure we get the as accurate as we possibly can on this pump for the towing test. Yeah, that's what we're doing. You can see my breath. It's cold this morning. So I always go to the click. Right there, boom. Okay, let's reset the odometer and let's get on the road. Okay, so I'm gonna go and hit the odometer button. There's our odometer, there's our trip. See it down below. And I reset that, and I'm gonna reset this up top too. So we have 0 zeros, and so let me zoom in for a second. See it on the screen, 0 0. So ready to go. Let's go hook up the trailer and get on the road. Okay, let's see what kind of squat we're gonna get. This is before I hooked it up. So gonna eyeball it at, say, 55. Looks like about 55 right there. So go ahead and hook it up and see how much it squats after I connect the trailer to it. Yes, exciting times. Woohoo! And why is it so freaking cold every morning I do this? Okay, I got the hitch on the ball. That's done. I'll have to finish hooking it up, but I want to show the squat because it did go down quite a bit. So tape measure, it dropped 1.5 inches, and that looks about right. When I stand back and look at it, looks like it did drop. Okay, back in the truck. Let's go ahead and start it up and see what it says on the screen. All right, so it's loading up. All right, so it says trailer detected, so you don't want park sensors and you don't want rear cross traffic alert, right? So that's a good thing. Now I have this set up already for camper. I've been playing around with it, but what I did was, if I go in here and go to edit, you can select your edit trailer. They have add a new trailer is all presets here, okay? Or I can go back here and I can deselect, or I can edit a trailer. I want to go into edit trailer. I have it set for camper. And you can change the hitch type, the length, the axles, and the brake towing, how much electric, how many pounds the trailer is. So I'm going to save all that. Okay, trailer saved. And then there's a button here. This is for the backup. This truck will back itself up. You go through the settings. It's really good when you're backing up to like a campground or into a boat dock, if you're going straight backwards. And so I'll show you that in a different video. I want to do mopping on. I don't want to play with it too much today. I'm going to press the drive mode button. Let me get out of this screen, and I'm going to go. You can see tow haul is selected right there, but there's two settings here. There's a tow plus and a tow haul. All I did was I just turned this dial back and forth and back and forth, and I believe, if I remember right from the talk we had at the driving event, tow haul plus is for over 5,000 pounds and tow haul is for like under 5,000 pounds. The trailer gross vehicle weight is 6,000 pounds. If it was fully loaded, dry weight's like 4,700 pounds. So I'm kind of right in the middle. I'm gonna go with the higher tow haul and just give it a shot. And then for trailer gain, I have the brake control over here, and you can press up or down and go back and forth and gains on, or you can add more when you need to right here. So I like it right in the middle. It goes from 0 to 10. I like it right at 5, kind of halfway point. Just seems like it works well for me, but that's kind of a personal preference. So I'm loaded up, and it's 33 degrees. I'm just gonna have to go with it. Still waiting for the sun to come out a little bit. So we'll be around the temperature range of the other trailers I'm towing. Shouldn't matter too much. Let's go ahead and get on the road. Okay, let's go ahead and see what it does off the line. I'm not gonna gun it, but let's get some motivation. And there we go. Yeah, it pulls that just fine. So no concerns there with the offline speed. I'm at 45 miles an hour is my max right in here anyways. So I'm gonna get down the road, we'll do about 55, get over the Wildcat Hills again like we've done other videos, and we'll get out and I'll show you up the hill, and I'll talk to you about going back towards the backside, showing the gauges, and then we'll get back to the gas station, and fill it up. So let's go and get down the road. All right, here we go. We're going around the bend. It's coming around the mountain when she comes. Oh, hey. We're going around the bend here, and we're going to turn, and then we go up the Wildcat Hills to the top. So, like I said in the intro, 3 to 4% or 3-4 degree upslope on, I don't know, mile or so. So, pretty typical for my area. Lots of flat areas, plus the bluffs that we go around, and we live in the valley, the Bluffs Valley. That's how that works, folks. So we're doing about, if I slow down, doing about 55 miles an hour. This engine wants to go. Like, I keep having to slow it down. I'm doing 2,000 RPMs. I'm in 6th gear, or I was in 6th gear. So, because I just flipped it over to see what gear I was in. I'll come around the corner a little more, and I'll have a sound test too. I'll have in this vehicle too, as we're going to the top, so you can see how noisy it gets in the cabin. But overall, the cabin's pretty quiet. It's not that big of a deal. So we downshift. We're in 5th gear, 2,500 RPMs, still doing 55 miles an hour. And you know, it almost feels like there's not much behind me. I don't feel much weight behind me. This thing's pulling really good. Really impressed with it pulling. And Toyota says that their hybrid version of this, the iForce Max, even tows better than this engine does. But I don't know. A lot of extra money for a vehicle that tows, or truck that tows better. This tows just fine. So I can't really make the case to why I would get the hybrid over this one. And I will do a comparison towing with the hybrid and gas when I get the hybrid in to review. I haven't shifted yet. I'm still at 2,000. This is the tough part right here. Oh, this downshifted. Not quite to 3,000 RPMs. Yeah, I got a whole lot of nothing surprising. The only thing I don't like about this truck with the towing is because it's got the digital or analog gauges and not the digital ones. I can't get the transmission temperature on these analog gauges. I wish they'd change that. I'd like to see it while I'm towing. And the digital one you can. It's a little display. But according to the owner's manual, I read as of today, I cannot get it. Here we go. Went over the top. I'm coasting on the backside, and it's already downshifting already. So, wow, whole lot of nothing there. that was pretty impressive. So let's go ahead and get down the road, turn around my 25-mile spot, and then we'll head back. Okay, let's interrupt this video a little bit to do our sound check. I'm going to stop talking. I'm in a flat section before the Wildcat Hill. I got it right around like 65 to 66 decibels. And that's, again, on the flat portion, doing 65 miles an hour at 2,000 RPMs. I'll get to that very tough, the toughest section, and we will see what it looks like up there. All right, here we are at the toughest part of this test. I just downshifted, trying to hold 55 miles an hour, and this is probably the loudest. Yeah, right around 68 decibels. So just went up a couple decibels going up the hill, which really isn't that much when you think about the gain of elevation we're getting and how much we're putting into that as far as the engine and as far as power, right? So not very bad at all, and frankly it's pretty quiet in here. That's nice. Okay, slowing down to make the turn at the halfway point. My trip odometer says 9.2 mile per gallon at the halfway point, which would be pretty good actually. No problems towing, I'm just cruising. So let me do the U-turn here, and let's see if it turns. There. Yeah, people are making a big deal about turning radius in the Tundra because by the spec, it's worse than a prior generation. However, the prior generation had hydraulic power steering. This says electric power steering, so I think it's a net wash. I don't have any problems with steering on this. So anyways, turning around, and we are heading back over top, and I'll get the camera down and show you the gauges as we go over top the Wildcat Hills. All right, here we go. Here starts the climb. We're in 5th gear. I just double checked it. We're going up top the hill here on the backside. So that's 6th gear. So when it gets about 3,000 RPMs, it's about 5th gear. One thing I want to talk about is how good these mirrors are. I can get them down. I can almost see the bottom of the trailer in the mirror. Just a good size, and I really like them. I can see them being maybe too big for petite drivers, but for me, yeah, really a fan of that. It's at 50 degrees right now is what the outside temperature shows, so it's warmed up quite a bit. So we started doing this test. 10.3 is my mile per gallon, which is just insane, really. And so as we go up, it should downshift here a little bit as I'm trying to keep it on 55 miles an hour. And it's still not, wow. It's still got more in the tank. I mean, the throttle's not even, my foot's not even all the way down the floor for the acceleration. Not even close. It hasn't shifted yet. Huh. That is impressive. So we're getting close to the top here. And still waiting for the shift. Holding right at 55. 2,000 RPMs. I gotta double check this. Yeah, so that was fifth that shift. So when I do manual mode, it shifts up. So that was fifth, so it shifted back down to sixth. So it is doing this whole thing without shifting, all the way to the top of the hill. I'm surprised it hasn't shifted yet. Again, we have a 10-speed transmission, but usually Toyota mode locks out some of the gears so you can actually use the torque and the right gearing, is what the plan is. You go too high in speeds and then you lose torque when you're towing. It downshifted. So now we're in seventh, must be, well, seventh gear. And it downshifted at the top. So, and now we're at the top. So let me flip the camera around. Okay, we're at the top and we're gonna start going down the descent. So I thought it'd be interesting to kind of walk you through how this looks as far as, or talk you through how this looks, should be, say, more correctly. We're at doing 50 miles an hour, just kind of coasting here. So I'm gonna see if it gets up to 55. Sorry, I got a little, it's in my eyeball. So we're at 54, 53. Now we're at 55, and I have my foot off the brake and the gas, not touching anything. I'm just coasting down the hill. We're getting a little bit of speed, so I'm gonna tap my brake a little bit and slow us down to 55. I don't have cruise control on, and I just downshifted, so now what's nice is the engine and the transmission working together to hold me at that speed and kind of keep me from running away, right? So now I'm getting close to 60, so I hit my brakes again, slow back down to 55, and now it downshifted again to hold me at like 52 in that range. And so we're nearly the bottom, and we're at the bottom. So I'm gonna hit the gas a little bit. I'm now doing 45. So it downshifted and it downshifted again. So I'm back in that sweet spot, that sixth gear likely, and I'm doing 55 miles an hour. So that's going down the hill. Again, I didn't feel like I'm stressed at all, fatigued at all. It pulled really well. So I'm gonna get back to the house. I'm gonna unhook it, go get gas, and I'll give you the final mile per gallon. But right now the screen says 10.4 mile per gallon. And if I missed to say it, it did warm up to 52 degrees. So it has warmed up during this test. So it's pretty consistent with the other temperatures I've done on this channel, or actually on this video. Okay, so put that in there, 87 octane again, and we'll start filling it up. So the computer inside says 11.1 mile per gallon. That's pretty crazy for a gasoline engine that doesn't have a hybrid powertrain to it. So let's see how many gallons we're going to use. I'm going to go to click again. This gas station, I will tell you, is a little suspect at times. Last couple weeks, it's been spot on, but I've done these towing tests and it keeps giving me weird numbers. We'll see what we get today. Okay, it just clicked. So we'll go to the click. We have 4.370 gallons used. Yeah, there we go. Trip A, 50.7 miles, 11.1 miles per gallon. You can see it on the screen now. I don't really like how Toyota does that. I want it all on one screen, and I have not figured out how to do that one screen. So, anyways, 50.7 divided by 50.7 divided by 4.37 is 11.6 miles per gallon. So 11.6 on my calculator and 11.1 on the screen. So that's actually pretty damn accurate. Half gallon off. That's really good. This, like I said, this pump and these trucks have been giving me all sorts of weird things lately, but this one's spot on. So, you know, I gotta say overall, I think this truck did pretty darn good. 11 miles per gallon. Towed no problem. Acceleration was fine. Braking was good. Felt really stable. I never talked about sway control at all because it was a really stable ride. Not much wind today. Again, it says 45 now. It started like at 40 degrees outside with the 52 on this screen. 45 I think is probably more accurate. Those outside temperature gauges tend to fluctuate a little bit. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this overall towing. Let's put your comments down below. Again, I'll look for your feedback. Other videos over here. We have full comparisons. Truck versus truck. Those are all coming out. Really good stuff you want to pay attention to. Website down below. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you down the road.